to Hardware Learning. Today we are doing a little unboxing video. Christmas has come early. I don't know if you're gonna actually be watching this before Christmas. Do a little unboxing, maybe test it out, try to lift up a couple cars, try to put some cars back down on the ground hopefully, and we'll show you how it all works, and we'll show you how to set it up hopefully, or we won't, and this will be a big epic fail.
I don't know if we're gonna get the blue 911 when we open this or the red 911.
Hopefully we get one of each, right? Because they're each on each box. It doesn't say that, it's not included, does it? Oh, look at that! Looks like a jack. There's no 911. It's a little problematic. Also, not in there. Is it behind door number 3?
Maybe it's on there.
Uh-oh. Got a box inside of a box. We got 2 boxes inside of a box.
Love a good Wonder Box.
It's like one of those Russian kids' toys. Up, down. Box number 2 within box number 3. What? Some sort of adapters, some sort of hoses, some more hose, blocks. First things first, I'm the realist. I'm going crazy. All right, we're gonna need to access this fitting right here. And in order to do that, we got a little trick for you. You pull that guy up and then you just almost crush your fingers. My fingies. We're gonna need an adjustable wrench, an 11/16 wrench, a 5mm Allen wrench, a 6mm Allen wrench, and a 22mm. We don't have a 22mm wrench, so we're probably gonna have to get a second adjustable wrench. And then we need 3 quarts of automatic transmission fluid. Doesn't matter what kind it is. Dexron 3, 4, Merc, whatever BS stuff. I went to the store and got the cheapest stuff I could find at my local Menards, which just so happened to be Valvoline because they don't have that awesome FVP stuff. So we're gonna take this little fitting off here, and that is, I think that's a 22, or is it a 11/16? That is an 11/16. So this is really a genius manufacturer who uses standard and metric size parts. So then you grab one of the short hoses. So what we're putting on here is one of these nice here fittings. So this is the 11/16 bolt that we remove. Take that guy off. You don't want Teflon tape on the part that's going into the hydraulic. Just Teflon tape on the hose side. So we're gonna take this Teflon tape off of here and then thread it in here. Threading this puppy on like a boss. And then we want that at about 10 o'clock, like that. And then we'll tighten that down with our 11/16. Does that look like 10 o'clock to you, Dan?
Close enough at 10 o'clock.
Now, not too tight. You don't want to risk stripping your threads, but you want it tight enough that it's not going to leak. Now, how tight is that? I don't know. We're gonna call this side the female end, and this side the male end, because it would go in. So the female end goes into this fitting that we just put some Teflon tape on. Tighten that down, just tight enough that it won't what, Dan? Tight enough so it won't what? So it won't leak, but not too tight that we risk stripping the fitting. So we're just gonna snug that puppy right down, just like that. So now we gotta put a female fitting on here? Is that what we're doing? We're putting one of these guys on? but we need a little bit of Teflon taperino on there. Now here's where you're gonna want your 22 mil, but as I said, we're out of luck on that. And again, not too tight. So now that we've got our fitting on the jack, we've got our short hose with the male fitting on there. We're gonna repeat that process on the other jack. So we're gonna take our long hose, and that will have two of the female, one on each end. So that'll connect from the jack and the pump control system. We'll add some of the Teflon thread seal tape to these as well. And then we will thread the female connector onto there. Tighten that down with our 11/16 and our adjustable wrench. We'll repeat that for the other long hose and also both ends with the female connectors. All right, so now that we've got all of our fittings on, our short hoses, our long hoses, both of our lifts, we've got this little pressurized chamber thing that's got a valve, just a normal, like a bike valve on it. And we want to put 50 pounds in here. Now, this is a little bit overkill, so I'd probably use a bike pump or like a little something guy like this. Look at that! You think it's charged? Well, you gotta run it off the cigarette lighter. Pump this puppy up to 50 PSI, and what this does is helps the jack return to the ground when there's no weight of the car, because the car isn't on the ground, so it can't keep pushing it once the springs are at the lowest point. But we're gonna put 50 pounds into this puppy, and then we'll move on to the next step. So one thing to note, you want to make sure the jack is all the way down, because once you fill this, it's gonna want to pull the jack down. So you want to be ground level when you fill it. Fortunately, Audis come with these little tire pumps. So in order to do this project, you're gonna need to buy an Audi first before you get your jack. We've got our 50 pounds just like that, and we're ready to move on to our next step. All right, so we've got our power unit right here, and we're gonna take these red plugs off. Now there might be some fluid that comes out of there. That's normal. They do test these units before they ship them. We're gonna get that guy out. And now we do not need any of the Teflon tape on these, but one thing I will recommend, I'll finish my thought there. We don't need Teflon tape because we have O-rings on here. But one thing I would recommend, thanks to Timmy from QuickJack, you're gonna wanna tighten this bottom one on first, because once you get the top one on, you can't really tighten the bottom one anymore. So snug that down, not too tight, don't want to strip out those threads, but tight enough so that it's not going to leak. All right, we got our power unit ready. So once we've got all of our hoses, all of our fittings on, time to fill this puppy up with 2.5 quarts. Now you don't want to pour this too fast, or else there's no room for it to breathe, and you'll get a hydro lock. It's a nice, pretty red. So we'll fill this up until it's full, and then once we get the lines connected, some of this fluid will be transferred into the lines, and we'll need to top it off once more. Whoa! Dan, what do I do? It's full. Give me some of the towel. Towel! 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 Towel!
Mr. Towley. No! Don't do that, you idiot.
What do we do? Oh, God.
I mean, at this point, why don't you just make the mess, alright? Jeez.
Tim's a liar. He said 2.5 quarts.
We have a different piece of machinery, you dumb, you flum dumb damn dinger.
So I would stop filming this
before it overflows. My boy's wicked smart.
Just before 2 quarts.
On this specific model, he did say, or note the model. You can these costs.
Alright, so now that we got all our hoses and our fittings on, we're just going to go ahead and plug them into each other. We got the female of the long hose goes into the male. Well, the male goes into the female if you know what. Put that guy in. Oh shoot, Timbo actually ran this hose like this over here, just like that. I'm thinking these should be more at a 9:30 than a 10 o'clock, but it's just me. Plug this guy into our guy over here, this guy. Do the same thing over here. So we put it all the way up and then we were trying to get it back down and it wasn't coming down because the little lock guys are in the way. I think that's the proper way to get it unlocked. So now we're just adding our own pressure. There's a lot of air in the system, so they're a little erratic right now. Tim says you want to go up and down a few times. You want to do that a couple times until it's no longer jittery like this, and then we will bleed the air out of the system. Now we're bleeding the system, so you tip it up, and at the bottom of the hydraulic there's a 3/16 Allen key. You loosen that guy up, let some of the air out, and then you close it back up and repeat that step on the other hydraulic. Alright, so the inaugural lifting procedure is about to become underway. Is about underway. So now we're lining it up for our first car. We've got this sacrificial cobalt here, and we're just getting those blocks lined up on the pinch welds, and hopefully it gets lifted evenly.
As it goes to the floor.
Oop. What? So look even?
Yeah.
Just falls back into the garage door.
I was looking for collapse through the floor.
Well, goddamn. And with that, we've got our QuickJack all set up. Be sure to check all of the fixtures. If you see any red fluid, that means you didn't crank it down enough and it's leaking a little bit. You might have to adjust your Teflon tape a little bit. And subscribe, like the video, dislike the video, share it with your cousins, your brothers and sisters, your moms and dads, and